Hey, what's up, team? Eddie Gray. We're back in it. We're talking about making thin sounds bigger. Sometimes what you got to do is you got to just make something sound bigger, louder, more prominent. And there are different ways to skin a cat, not just one. So let me give you an illustration of what I'm talking about. I'm about to play a kick and a bass, okay? And this kick and snare, rather, are going to be down the middle. Check it out. All right, and that's all fine. Sometimes that's going to work, but there will be times, there will be some applications where, you know what, it's not going to cut it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to insert a couple of different tricks here in order to assist you to make this bigger, fuller, more impressive. Sample delay. Have you heard of it? It's stock to Logic. I'm sure your other DAW has its equivalent. Now, what this does is it basically positions a copy of your sample, whatever it is you're playing, and it juxtaposes it right next to your sample. So it's playing at like 427 milliseconds thereafter, per se. And you get to determine that. You can do this per milliseconds or per samples. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it there. Now look at the goniometer, which is reading the width, the stereo information. Check it out. So here's before. That's one sound. That's one sonic characteristic that's possible. Here's another one. Now, truth be told, if you always do this count of sound, then it's going to sound a bit weird, a bit awkward, okay? Sometimes you just have to have things down the middle. So that's one solution for you, okay? Let me go ahead and increase the width a little bit more. And you'll notice that if I go, beyond 1,000 milliseconds, you can start hearing the difference. Check it out. And now it becomes basically two separate sounds, whereas here it's just one sound. Okay, let's go through some other sonic possibilities. Believe it or not, doing something as simple as just adding a little bit of delay can actually make your sound bigger. Now, this can be real subtle, okay? But we're going to take the left and the right, and we're just going to lower the output mix. Let's see what this does. So you can see how that's changed the goniometer, right? Here's before, right down the middle. And here's after. You have a little bit of variation. So that's another way, just adding a little bit of delay. Let me show you micro shift. If you haven't heard of it, Sound Toys has created an incredible plugin called micro shift. Really fun, really amazing. I categorize it under imaging. Somewhere in here, let's check it out. Let's see here, micro shift. Okay, very similar to sample delay in its execution with a couple more bells and whistles. Check it out. All right, check this out. So again, you're taking one signal, you're applying another one. With this specific plugin, we're focusing on a certain spectrum of the frequencies. So it's really nice, like, hey, I want to focus more on the lows or more on the highs. And then they've got these different algorithms that you can use. And then you can detune the signal a little bit if you want to. You can delay it so it's tighter or so it's a little bit looser. So this would be your milliseconds here. So yeah, really phenomenal plugin. And you can hear and see that it actually does, in fact, sound bigger. So those are a couple of ideas to get you started. Look, it's really important that you understand how to create sound, and at that, how to create texture and how to execute. I've heard a lot of fine songs, great songs from people just like you, and they were lacking the production necessary to take it to the next level. So if you really want to do this, and I'm talking about in your bones, you really want to get this working, please take the time. Go to your DAW right now and start to look at the goniometer. See, I find one of the reasons that people cannot learn and learn well and learn in an expedited, quick way is because essentially they're just not putting in the work, and they're not putting in the work in an intelligent way. This is why my methodology works. This is why I've been able to help hundreds of people. Just this week, I got one of our members approved to a really big library, and it's these methods that are going to help you move forward. But you know what's going to help you the most of all? Getting in that time. And so go to your DAW and start playing with the width of a kick, a snare, a loop, drum loop, any kind of synthesizer, arpeggios, guitars, vocals, anything. All right, team, get after it, and I'll see you in the next video.